party today. Just advertising a bit on the different channels so that we get some people in. You can say hi in the chat, that would be nice. Advertising in few channels, including Facebook, IRC, Unreal channels, a few other places. On our PlaneShift page as well, on Facebook. Okay, we posted here and there a few places. Just need to post one additional place, which is the streaming channel in this thing. There are very few people streaming Unreal overall, and yeah, I think it's good to post that we are streaming. Trying to get some people in. Okay, so I think the plan for today is to work on the inventory system. I've seen that Cyborg already checked in some new icons. I think we can go and check what he did, so that we see something about it. So let's check. I already did some work today, just to try to have a bit of the code done, let's say, before the stream, but there is still a lot of code to do. So actually I think the stream there will be a lot of code in this stream. Sorry for that, but it's the only way we progress. There is a lot of C++ server side that I want to reuse from the old project, and so yeah, that's something we have to port. Let's just check what changes Cyborg did. Hi Tua. Yes, it just went live. It's a bit late, but before I was doing something else, and I was playing a bit of video games, and yeah. So let's see what he imported. It seems that inside the UI, he must have imported some new icons, because I've seen inside the SVN log that there were new icons checked in. Maybe it's easier if we just check the SVN log and we see where that was. I think it's here. Let's check SVN show log. Okay, so he added under content textures. Okay, content texture. So he placed it in content textures. Okay. Under icons, okay, accessories, armor, crafting, food, magic, miscellaneous. That's pretty cool. So we have some nice. I don't know exactly how we did this. If we placed them exactly in a 64 by 64 grid or not. I have to ask that to him later on, but I hope so. At least all this one seems to be in the right sides, in the right place. think they are. So it is weapons. It is miscellaneous. Wow, a lot of stuff in miscellaneous. Yes, having icons is relevant because we will have while we do the inventory, we will need icons to be displayed. Okay, these are all the glyphs for magic. Very nice. Okay, so I think we have quite a bit of icons here. All the food icons, right? Crafting icons. All this stuff is stuff that we made really during the years, you know. So if you have to redo all of this now, I mean, I think it will take really a lot of time. But all these icons and items and geometry, we did quite some time ago, and we can reuse the majority of this. You see armor, there are all the shields. I was just converting the shields today. I started at least. I converted some of the old items. I converted all of the weapons, including wands and staves. And I have ported some of the basic items, but there is still a lot to port. But I think we can include them into the Unreal project very soon. So I already converted those to FBX, and so I think we can add those FBX. Okay, there's a whole bunch of icons, which is great. We can use them in the inventory system. We would just have to create a function to extract the specific item, you know. So I don't know how we will do it, but we will find a way. At the moment, we use already something similar for the UI when we are splitting the different icons for the interaction menu, and so we are getting the different icons on screen. But yeah, so okay, good. I think that's good stuff that we have. Good stuff that we have. So let me just describe to you what I'm doing. So we have actually an inventory screen. We have it under Windows inventory. I think it's called window inventory something. Can you see it? Chat, character, menu bar. No, it's under character, I think. Yes, character as inventory as one of the pieces. Yes, and then under tabs. Okay, I remember now. We have our tab inventory. So it's a very simple one for now. Then we will expand it in the future, right? The last time I was streaming, we just created this new button, which is called show inventory, which at the moment I just wanted to put there and call for let's say for displaying the inventory, right? But displaying it may be for now only as text, and then when we have the inventory client side as text, we can then start to fill out the different icons here, right? We will have to decide, yes, this is resizable. We have to decide how resizable it is. I want to change it now. And why doesn't it go back? Anyway, tab inventory, we can just revert it if you saved it. No, I didn't save it. Let me just check if it's the same. It doesn't revert this for whatever reason. If I do asset action reload, okay, yeah, now it reloaded it properly. Okay, so so we want to populate. When we click that button, we want to display on screen the inventory, right? To do this, we need to we need to convert few classes, right? In particular, we have three classes that I just added, and I will show you to you. We have three classes which are pretty big actually, but under source server, yes, there are three classes: slot manager, exchange manager, and PS server char manager. Okay, so these are the three classes we have to do. There is a bit of dependency between one and the other, so that's why I decided to put three, because I started with the server char, and the server char was actually calling slot manager, and slot manager was then calling exchange manager. So there is a dependency between these three classes. Exchange manager seems to be the one that we should start from. I already did some conversion, but not too much, unfortunately, so there is still a lot to do. And now I was working on exchange manager, converting it from the old code to the new code. Okay, so this is where we are. As you see, there are still a lot of errors on the client on the right side. Whenever you see a red mark, means that yeah, we have stuff to fix, right? We have stuff to fix. So I was going through the format ones, because I think that these formats are relevant for us, and we should, because are all the messages that we print server side to kind of debug what is going on. So I think we should start to convert most of them, and in fact I was now going through all the formats, and I think these ones I did all, right? And now I was going for the errors, right? Trying to check if there were still errors in. No, it seems that are not, so it's good. Then we can go for the debug. No, I think there are, sorry, because I said full word. It's not a full word. There must be a few more errors, like this one. So I have my cheat sheet that I use for this kind of conversion. But I just take this. The only thing is we want this to be logged under log item. We defined the number of log types, and we want to use, let's say, log item for the exchange manager and slot manager, because this is where, let's say, yes, the majority of the messages will go. So these are all items messages, and so I think it makes sense. Okay, so we finished the errors, so this kind of errors. So let's go for the debug. Debug. So let me just check one thing if I did it right. Yeah, I did it right. Okay. The debug are other kind of messages. The only difference is that we want to put in log instead of error, and I think we can still go item, right? And if you want to see all the logs that we have defined, is this one. So we have like item, combat, quest, trade, loot. So we define these additional log categories, extending the basic Unreal Engine ones, so that we can log our messages. Yes, so just have to be careful about all the parentheses and stuff, but I think it's fine. So here we go for log. This verbosity level, this error level, this one can be log, can be warning, can be error. There are few. Okay, the bug we don't have. Let's see if we have some notify. Yeah, we have some notify. In the old engine, notify was different than debug, but for us I think it's the same. We keep it as log. The only thing that this one is an exchange, so if it's an exchange, oops, we go for trade. So we use the trade tag. Okay, so we do this, we just have to fix this part of the code. Change ID, client number, I think it's fine. There are a few more here, and we are going to fix those as well. I saw that it was also a warning. So okay, we will get anyway to that one by one by one. Okay, notify are gone. There are still warning I've seen. So we should catch also the one. Now the warning, I don't know. We can put as warnings. I think there is the debug level warning. So we can do this. There is. I'm not 100% sure, but I think there is. Let's see if he complains. He complains about something else, so it's fine. Let's see if there are other warnings. No, there was only one. Well, actually, considering there is only one, I don't know if you want to keep it as warning. Let's put it as log, okay? I don't think we want just one category for one message. I mean, it sounds a bit, overkill. Then to debug. Okay, then what do we want to do next? Because there are so many problems here. I see there is a lot of, well, cache manager. We can resolve easy. Cache manager is global variable now. There are all these send system errors. So all these send system error I fixed the last time. I don't know if I placed, yes. I think that these ones were the one that we changed the other day, which are the ones, let me just double check, because I don't remember if these are the ones that we substituted. Let me go in the old client. Let me move it this way so you can see it. Let me go to the old client and search for set system error and just go to the declaration. I don't remember if it was this one that we changed. No, I don't think it was this one. I don't think it was this one. We changed a bunch in the chat system, right? The other day in Chat Manager, we changed all those messages, and we changed them to so it was for example when we were assigning a quest, right? So I think that was inside Quest Manager. Let me just search assign and see if we find it. Yes, assign quest. When we were assigning quests, we were sending out quest assignment, assign quest, Quest Manager assign quest. Yeah, exactly this one. Receive system message, right? This was the message we were sending out. Message. You got a request, right? So this is the message we were sending. We were sending to the client. Like when you get assigned a quest, you see a specific message on the screen that tells you got a request. Hello, Soup. How are you? Yeah, so this is what we were doing. Now, this was slightly different because it was send message delayed. I think here we have a send system, PS system message save, which I feel is slightly different. Let me go back and check this send system message delayed, okay? Get event manager, get system message delayed. Let me go to the implementation and see what it does. It creates a new PS delay event message, and then it does a send message. Let's try to check this send message. Just sending a message. Just sending the message. The difference is that in our case, this message was what? Was receive system message. So we just did it this way. The message was just a string, right? So it was receiving only a string. Now, with this send system error, I don't know exactly if this message goes on screen or not. Is there any PlaneShift players on stream listening to me? Because I need to know if these things go to the screen or where they go, or if they just go to the chat. Send system error. Send system. We can check what it does. So what it does is it actually does a send message, but inside of it, it's PS system message save. PS system message save. While in the other case, it was not this, right? Let me just maybe take a note on this. Where's this open? I have no idea. Let's put this here. PS system message save is the one sent by PS server says send system error. Okay, so that is the one is sending this type of message. If we go back to the other one, which is send system message delayed, which by the way I don't think we should. Okay, we can search this one, or we can search, for example, npc say no, but it was, the point was like, let's search this for a second on the old code. Okay, net manager, let me just search this in the old code so we see exactly what he was doing. Okay, this is the old code. He was doing PS system message. It's different though. So the assign quest was using PS system message, and the other one is using a system message save. I don't know exactly what is the difference between the two. We'll check it in a second. So message within the system send information to the user. Okay, he only has one line and the type. Okay, where the type, I don't know exactly what is it, but I think it's the okay, not okay, I mean that kind of thing. Then we have PS system message save. Messages with system information sent to the user. This version is safe for messages with user input. This version is safe for messages with user input. No idea what this means. No idea. What's the difference? Let's check. I mean, actually, it's just a PS system. It just extends PS system message, right? It just extended and it changed the constructor. Even if it looks to me that the constructor is very similar, the difference is that instead of taking a format, it's taking directly a text. But I mean, what does it mean? I mean, because we want to escape potential unsecure character the player may put into our network. It is why we do this. It is why we do this. I mean, could be, but I don't remember why we actually do this. He's saying that it's safe for user input. You remember just chat in system tab? Okay. So maybe we need to create a new type of message. Even if this one, for example, the system OK is sending a PS system message safe at the end, right? Send system OK, send system error. Message OK, message error. Save to chat history. We can check on the client side what happens when we receive this kind of message. Okay, so when we are on the client side, if we search for PS system message save, and we go for current project, let's see, it's never used. Okay, it's never used. Maybe in our UI. Let's go inside our UI. No. Let's go in the other UI, like here. Should be somewhere though. No, it's not even here. It's not even in the UI, so it's not the UI managing this. It's not the UI managing this. Okay. For now, I think we should not care too much about it. We can just send another message, right? Another standard message, because I think I commented it out. There is also send system info. I mean, there are few types. Another moment in our explanation here, we didn't type anything, so we didn't say what we should convert those to, right? There is send system error, send system info. It would be interesting to know what is this send system info. You can't send message because you are muted, for example. There is one of the messages that we are receiving. You want them to be printed on screen as a user option? Okay. Send system info, send system error. Last 5 minutes of chat were logged, logging in for another 5 minutes, or could not start logging due to server error, right? Alright, so depending if we get an error or not. But so here is chat manager. Chat manager we already converted. Let me check if I just commented them out, but I think probably I did. Probably I just commented them out. Yes, commented out for now to be added back. Yes, we commented all this send system info and send system error. We commented them out. But sooner or later we have to do it, because these are messages that we have to send client side. And for example, in our Exchange Manager, there is a lot of that. I mean, if you look here, send system error, send system error, send system error. I mean, it's everywhere. Send system error. There are so many. Let me go up. Another one here. Let's see how many they are. If there are not too many, maybe we can skip it. But send system error, it is. Other one. Save system okay. You see? There are a million. There are really a million. Or we temporarily implement it empty so that we put it on our PS server as an empty message. Maybe it's already like this, no? Actually, yes, we implemented it empty already. Then why I was complaining about it? Maybe because the parameters are not the one he wants, huh? But yeah, we implemented a kind of a dummy function for it. I was complaining because this one is an f string. Well, I would say for now we can leave it as I did up to now. So which is basically leaving it without real code, but it's just the problem is that all of those will be the same. Okay. It's a bit of a it's a work that we have to redo anyway, but I don't know if I want to do now the get exchanged ID, get exchange manager. This one will become, PS server exchange manager will become just exchange manager. Will become a global variable. Will become a global variable declared here inside this, exactly here inside this class. We will declare a new exchange manager. Exchange manager pointer to exchange manager, and we will declare our manager and what is that in PS Unreal, like we did for all the other managers. Right? We will absolutely do the same. Right? Exchange manager, so that we have it defined. And I will have to call the inclusion of exchange manager, right, from here. So okay. Yeah, now we will be parsing for a bit of time. There is this get exchange ID which we don't have, which maybe we should add. I think it was on Gemactor or in some other places. It should be under bulk objects. Client get exchange ID. You say this one. I don't know what is it. I think it's just get exchange ID on client. Does it on client? Okay, I think we should put it on PS character. On client there is no need really. There is a guy messaging me saying that he remembers PlaneShift from 2004. The game is still up and playable, yes. This guy was saying that he remembers us from 2004, when he was in high school. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. So, get exchange ID, set exchange ID. I think these two we should definitely get. And we can put them into, in our case, we should put them into our APS character, which is where we placed nearly everything. Then sooner or later we may decide if we want to remove those functions and specialize them a bit more. Like for example, NPCs may have different functions, not all characters will have the same, but APS character, public, protected, public. Let me go in the section where I have Gemactor. Okay, wasn't Gemactor. This is section. This is the one I wanted. This is where we moved a lot of the functions that were in other places. You see, all these messages was originally in Gemactor because we took it from the old Gemactor class. And now we want. Wow, there's so many. We took so much stuff. Now we want all of this. Okay, it ends here. This one we will say was originally in client, so in the client class. And then we also have to add, I guess, this exchange, right? This exchange ID, I think, is just a variable on, yes, on our client, so we will add it here at the bottom. Okay, so now our PS character as, so this error should go away now. I mean, it will take a bit, but eventually it will go away. And Acriax, if you want to interact with the stream, you can just register an account on Google Plus, and you can then interact with the chat on YouTube. if you want that. I think we said that instead of get client num, what we are gonna do, we are gonna use get client num, because inverted client is still client, but all of that will have to become APS character. So do we want to do it now? I mean, if you do it now, it will be a bit of a mess, but we will have to change all the, wherever we see client, it has to become APS character. You want to do it now? I mean, it's a mess, but I think we should do it now. Because anyway, client, okay, let's try this. Whenever we have the word client, we replace it with the APS character. It has to be, yes, same thing and same that, yes. Uppercase and one word only. 37, oh my god. Okay. There is a huge substitution, which means that a million errors will come up. I tell you, million errors. 43. Wow. Okay. Let's go. Let's go. We have to do it anyway because we don't have the class client anymore in the new code. In the old code, we had a kind of a reasoning of the client. I mean, client could be, in theory, a player controller, server side, but I think it makes the code a bit messy. You know, to have this separation between client, gem actor, PS character, and whatever. At least it makes it more complex for me. So I decided to change all those classes into a single one, which is APS character for now. Then, if we will have issues, we will split it again, right? But for now, let's keep it simple. I don't know if I have to include PS character, but I think PS character should be included by default somewhere. Maybe by the .h. It's not included. Let's see if he complains. We have to wait that IntelliSense parses the class, and unfortunately on Unreal it takes a lot of time. If any of you knows how to speed it up, please let me know, because it's eating a lot of my time just to wait that IntelliSense is properly parsing the class. It's about 50 seconds. 50 seconds is pretty insane. Okay, now that we changed this all to clients, all the get character data have no sense anymore, and so we can actually, I think we can just substitute all of this with an empty string. Let me just go one by one just to see we are not doing something crazy. Client is an APS character, so yes, we can remove it. Starter is an APS character, so we can remove it. Starter, we can remove it. Starter client, I think all of this. We can remove all of those. We can even do it massively. I just want to see if there is any exception, but seems okay. set last response. This will fix a lot of errors because actually most of those operations like inventory and trading and these kind of things we have actually on our PS character, and there are so freaking many. There are so many. I've seen there was still a CS Tix. Let me check. CS Tix. I've seen some CS Tix. Okay, we can replace this all with time T. We can replace them all here. Oh, it's only two. Okay. We can replace them all here in case they are in the .h. CS Tix. No, there is no. Okay. So on this one we are fine. Also the get actor, all the get actor are not relevant anymore because at this point all the get actor, I think we can just do a mass substitution without thinking too much about it. So let's just do it. It's 25. Then another thing is instead of get client num, we can use get unique ID. Get unique something. Let's see. Come on. I think it's get unique ID. That we have a unique ID for the actor. Exactly, you see. So you got that. So I think we can do the same mass substitution in the whole document. Wow, 60. Holy. Okay. Okay. So this will cause some disruption actually in our code. Check range, invite client ID, exchange check range. What is this check range? Let's check this one. Check range. It's still taking gem object. I don't think we want gem object here. We really want APS character, so we can substitute those two. We can do the same here at the beginning of this function, whatever it is. Check range. There it is. So we just substitute it to APS character. Yes. Author actor get name. Okay, that's fine. Okay, I think we need a lot of changes. Let's wait a second. IntelliSense to find out what are the remaining errors. I think there will be a million anyway, and we are still far from having this class properly compiled. Still pretty far, but it's okay. There are a number of get sites. Maybe we can go with the get sites. I've seen some get sites. So the get sites, if we are speaking of an array, which, well, in this case, PS string array, I think we have to change. Let me just check the PS string array. What was it originally? PS string array we created as a T array of F string. Okay. So let's see if there are others. I think there is only this one. This one we substitute. Yeah, there's only this one. There's only this one. So being an array, everything that is a get sites becomes num. Right? So we can probably just search if there are other get sites. Get sites. Yeah, there are a few here. Exchanges is a T array, so also this one becomes num. Okay, now IntelliSense finally decided to work, and so you see the errors on the right side. All the red ones we have to get rid of one way or another. Our actor range 2, this one we said that is distance 2, I think it is. I don't remember, I think it was a distance 2 instead of range 2, right? Yes, range 2 becomes distance 2. Okay, IntelliSense is a bit messed up, but let's see. Format push. Format push, we can change them all. Format push is basically pushing into an array. So we have to add something that is formatted. Okay. So we do add of this. We do add of this. Okay. It is our text. These are the two format. We just have to remember to dereference the one that are f strings, because the f strings have to be the reference set for the printf. And this one is an int, it should be fine. Why is complaining? It's complaining because we miss a parenthesis. We miss a parenthesis? Yes, we do. Okay. Okay, let's go down. There are some. Let's search if there are any other formats or any other format push. No, there are no more. Okay, it's fine. Here we have some append format. Append format is another one which we know very well because we did it many times. Right? And this append format, we just have to do append of f string text. So we take this and we substitute it with this. The only thing that we should be sure that we are not making mistakes in the syntax, but the rest should be pretty easy. Whenever we have a %s, means is a string, we have to check if it's an f string, and if it's an f string, then we have to dereference it, like this get name. See, this is what we have to do. Then we have to close the proper parentheses. Okay, let's search all the append format. Let's do them all so that at least we have it completed. There is an f string, length become len. Maybe we can do it later for all of those. Append formats. I don't know what is this. This is a function that was commented out also in the old plain shift code. Syntax mentioned describing change of offer to use client. I think we can leave it as it is. APS character has no member distance to. Why? Okay, let's do it. Let's do the append format first. No, there are no more. Okay. Why was complaining about distance to? I think this is what we said, right? APS character has no member distance to. There is a get distance to. Get distance to? Why am I... Just a second, I want to be sure that all of... Because I used this already in other places. Oh yes, we use it exactly like this. So I think so. Here my information in this page is not correct. It's get distance to. Okay. Fine. Fine, no problem. So we were searching. Let's search the range too, because they may be more. Right? Yeah, you see there are more. So we can just substitute them all. So we can substitute all the range to with dot get distance to. Going at the beginning. Let's see if there are any. My PC is doing something, I don't know what. Maybe I should close Unreal Engine. Let's close Unreal Engine for a second, because since my client is low, current done. Because it was like this, that's why it doesn't find it. Okay. That's why it doesn't find it. Okay, there was only one left. There was only one left. We did a bit of you know, bit of work, and there was only one. Exchange check. Yeah, there are still a few functions, actually a number of functions that are taking gem object as a target, but we need to change them all. I mean, we cannot. All of this should become PS character, right? All of them. All of them. The subscriptions we can remove. We are not using subscriptions anymore, at least not for now. I think it was a very cool idea, but at the moment we are not using it. We will see in the future if we want to use them. There are still a number of formats, so let's search all the formats that are this way, and we will change them all to, I don't know exactly why is not dot format but is arrow format. Why? Because what is error message? Because error message is an f string pointer. Is an f string point? Why we need an f string pointer, by the way? Why we need an f string pointer in this function? No idea why we did this crazy thing. I mean, we use f strings everywhere, and here we use an f string pointer to pass only to this function. I think we should change it. I mean, I don't see why. I don't see why we should use f string pointer error message default null. Well, to change check. I don't know what is the reason why we actually did it this way. Maybe there is a reason, but maybe there is a reason, but maybe because we wanted it to be null and not kind of empty, you know, and because we want it to be null. Could be, yeah. Seems to be weird to me. So here we do the if is empty, if is not empty, and then here instead of this format we do dot, and then we take our no, we don't do dot, we do equal to f string text, and then we take this text and we do this and we do this. Okay, client get mode string. I don't know what is this get mode string actually. You can trade because the mode. Okay. If you are in mode piece, mode set, mode overweight, whatever, you cannot trade. It's fine. If error message is not empty, so it's the same as this. If error message is not empty, we do error message. You can trade while frozen. Obviously, you cannot trade while frozen, boys. Why you want to trade while frozen? And you cannot trade because someone is busy with another trade, and you cannot trade because he's actually dead. Right? And if error message, yeah, this guy, we have the format. Let's take it from here. It is another case where what is happening? is busy at the moment. I don't know busy in which state, but it's not trading, so it's busy. Then again, here we do if this guy is busy with a merchant. So these are all the cases, all the possible cases you cannot trade for. You cannot trade with an NPC because it's, or with a player because they are doing other stuff. Right? They are doing other stuff. Okay. Okay, so we fixed a lot of errors here, which is good. Exchange check, error message. If not, exchange check. Okay, now I understand why it was a pointer. Fuck me. It was a pointer because we have to return a value to it. That's why. Okay, that's why we added as a pointer there. Because we have to return. We have to return it as because we don't want to. We want to have a bool plus the error message returns. Okay. Can we return an address of it, and that's it? Don't we usually do the address of something, right? Can I do something like this, or is not possible because it tells me I cannot put an address to now? I guess it's telling me I cannot put an address to now, huh? Okay. 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 So we have to actually change this. So if it's a pointer, we can check if this pointer is valid. So we can do like this. My only issue is, what should I do? I should do this. So I create an f string and I take his address and I assign it to this guy, right? Is what I should do. I think this is what I should do, huh? So I should do it here as well. So I just do an f string and I assign it as a, right? Because I don't think I can just assign it like this, or can I? Can I just do this? Can I just do like this? It would be pretty amazing if I can. So I have to change them all because I didn't realize that. Yeah, didn't realize that we had. This problem. No, in fact, it doesn't like it. Cannot assign a const char pointer to f string pointer. So we can just do f string of this, and then just use the ampersand. Why not? Okay. Okay. So that is okay. That is okay. That is okay. We resolved quite some errors. Now, send system info. We still have the problem here, but I think we can just convert it to tchar to ANSI for now, and then we will see what to do with those send system info. Because actually all of this at the moment are pointing to dummy. Get NPC pointer, I don't remember what it does. Get NPC pointer, yes, was getting a pointer to a gem NPC, which doesn't exist anymore. So we can just say, if not target, it's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine. Class NPC to player exchange. This probably we have a different constructor. Yes, there is a gem object. Also here we have to remove the gem object. Gem object has to go. Okay, a lot of errors went away. I'm very happy about it. PS simple string message. Why we have a PS simple string message? Give me, okay. Let me check in the old code what this was used for. PS simple string message. Hello, whoever joined, welcome. If you want to interact with me, you can just register a Google account and log in YouTube and chat. Go to declarations. Class to send a single arbitrary string to the client of the server. Okay, that is a kind of a really simple message that we have created. It just does this. Okay, for now we just define it as dummy, and we will see later on how do we want to define it. Okay, so I don't want to spend time on that now. So it would be a super simple one, just with an f string, and that's it. So this one should go away now. What other errors we have? Expected a declaration. What do you don't like? Expected a declaration. What? I have some parentheses missing, I guess. I didn't close something above. Yes, I didn't close some. Yeah, you see this one as well. Get NPC dialog pointer actually for us is NPC dialog. I think we have it. NPC dialog. If IntelliSense could help me. No members available for what? For target. Target. What is it? Target. We don't have it. Why we don't have it? Target should be. I think it's NPC dialog anyway. I will see later, but I think it's a pointer to this. We are keeping it like that. Still a lot of issues. Okay, PS exchange status message. This one we never defined, so this one also we have to define. Just have to remember to implement empty these ones. Okay, PS exchange status. Let's declare also this one as a dummy, and then we will define it better later on because we don't want to bother with that now. Looks okay. Looks okay. Okay. I need IntelliSense again. This is one of the three classes. Slot manager is a bit smaller, so I think will be a bit less painful than this one. PS server chart I think is as painful as this one, if I remember right. So all the classes are about 80k, 70k of code, about 1000 lines, something like that. Let me just check if I didn't forget any. Okay, exchange manager. It should be like this. Okay, the first part of the class is actually all free of errors. Look at this. Nice. Nice. Okay, let's try to do all the text dot length. Okay, because all these ones, if we are speaking of a string, is actually len instead of length. So this text is a string. This text is at the same place is a string. Okay, there were not too many, unfortunately. Clear on strings, I think is empty, right? Empty. Yes. So at any other clear dot clear. No, there are no others. I saw some slice or truncate. Okay, let's check the truncate. Truncate of 5 is equal to left 5. Okay, sounds simple enough. Let's see if there are any others. So we do them all. Truncate. No, there are no others. There are few slice. You can do slice. Slice. Depending on how many parameter he has. In this case, he has. Well, this one is one parameter. If it's one parameter, is right chop of 5. Is it only one parameter? Okay. So it's right chop. And this one is 2 parameters starting from 0. So is left of this instead of 0. Okay. Okay, should be fine. This piece should be fine. I still an error above. I don't know what is it. Register callback. Let's leave it for now. PS exchange add item message. This one we absolutely need to port together with the remove item message. Remove item message. These two classes we have to port, and we port them as dummies for now. And all of this will become real messages in Unreal, right? Will become real messages in terms of RPC messages, right? I see there is a bit of an issue there. There is this CS string set, which we have to understand what to do with. I'm removing also all these comments because anyway, as I told you, this is just a dummy declaration. We will not really use this code at all. It's just to have it compile, and then we will switch to the real code later on, which will anyway not look like this. So I think it's fine for now to do it as a dummy. CS string set. This one I don't remember. Okay, it's string util string set. So we converted this somehow. Okay. Add item, remove item. Okay, I think it should be fine. Should be fine. This gem class is huge. It's 2,000 lines, and it's only declarations. So it's really big. Unfortunately, it's really big. But okay, we will fix it. Let's see if there are other errors. Well, the number of errors went down a lot. It's complaining about player-to-player exchange. Yes, because this one is an APS character now, which I'm very happy about, by the way, because if it's a PS character, it means that it can work with our new code. And here it starts to be expected declaration. Maybe it's this get target gem which is messing it up. Expected declaration. Yeah, it could be that one. Could be that one. Let's see the other errors while question. Ooh, here there is a question manager. Do we have a question manager? I don't remember if I ported this already or not. Yes, question manager we have. So question manager, I think we can use the real one. The real one is we don't have it here. Okay. We ported it though, so question manager send question. We ported question manager. Now why question manager? Any question manager. We ported it, but we didn't declare it as a global variable. Not sure why. Send a question to the client, remove specified question from list, and from the GUI of question to the client, and the question response. We didn't declare this as a real class, global class. Question manager. You only have 2 or 3 thingies. It's still using client, huh? This one is still using client. So this one is really not ported. I mean, it's doing some stuff, but it's not fully ported. Do we initialize question manager on server startup? Let me check. I want to understand if he's one of the guys. We have to go under PS server.cpp, and we have to check question manager in the current document without case, without anything. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We create a new question manager at the server startup. Okay, so I think we should do it as well. Why not? So this one will have, so this question manager will have question manager pointer to question manager, and in our PS Unreal we will have another guy which will be question manager and question manager, which is not quest manager, is question. Okay, so we have this. Now let's go into our PlaneShift game mode CPP, where basically we do the server initialization, and let's check question manager. It is, you say, to do new question manager. So there is exactly this line. Now yeah, so it should be question manager, new question manager. That's it. And start the question manager. We should use the same kind of debug that we have here. So we initialize this one as well, right? And what else? I think we added a few more though. We added a question manager and an exchange manager. So first of all, I need to include question manager here, otherwise it will never work. Okay. Then we also added an exchange manager. So let's do, what is the exchange manager? There it is. Let's check the old code, what it was doing. Exchange manager, nothing else. We're just doing, well, it was passing in get connections though. It was passing in get connections. Which in our case, do we do it this way? Come on. Exchange manager. It gets client connection set as an input, which obviously we don't have anymore. This thing doesn't exist anymore, client connection set. It may be, you know, the player's controllers list. It may be the list of player controllers, so if you want we can change it to player controllers, but let me just check in this code where he's using these clients. Clients, find player, yes. Yes, this will be a loop on player controllers to find a specific player by ID, right? By ID. I guess there is just, yeah, there is an int. So there is the unique ID of our player. Yeah, we have to rebuild a bit of this because it's not really working as it is. You have to rebuild it a bit. it. I mean, at the moment, for what we care, we can just create it with a null reference, and then we will change it. Okay, so it's not needed for us now to do anything fancy. Don't care about doing anything fancy about it. We just want it to compile first, and then we will. So let's say exchange manager equal new exchange manager, and we just pass null for now in, and then we say started exchange manager. Same way we did it. Okay, and yeah, new exchange manager, new spawn manager. Spawn manager is active already. Question manager, we have, I don't know why I have all the to do, I forgot to remove the to do. These one are all done. Okay. Okay, good. So now that we have that, we can just call question manager like this. In the code where we were having the issue, inside our exchange manager. Yes. So this one becomes just question manager send question. Should be fine. Theory. Should be fine. PS exchange request message. Wow, we're still missing message. How many PS exchange messages there are? All open documents. Let me just check how many PS exchange there are there. So there is a PX exchange accept, add item, and money, remove item, request message, status message. Wow. There are 7 different messages to manage exchanges between players. I don't know if they're all needed actually, but okay. Let's say they are. Let's say they are needed. And for now, let's leave it like this. Just changing this f string and changing this f string. Okay. Okay. Fine. So this should go away. There's an error. We don't have many errors left. There is a bit of XML parsing going on here. You see, it's expecting a string like this, and it's then parsing it. I think we can do this last. Here is more parsing of XML. More parsing of XML. Wow, there's a lot of parsing of XML. Exchanges delete. It is an array. What is the dot delete on an array? So dot delete item becomes TRA remove item. Okay, easy enough. Okay, we still have all these errors, boys. We need to, and girls, we need to fix them. Okay, let me check what is this. PS item get quantity name. It doesn't like this one because probably this get quantity name is using yes, most likely. PS item with quantity name is using a character string, a character pointer. PS item is under bulk objects. Do you see it? Yes, it's here. It's probably using a construct pointer. Yes, exactly. Okay, it's fine. We can just convert this one, and then we will convert. We will probably do the opposite at the end, so we will just change the function and keep everything as an f string. But for now, I don't know from how many places this function is called, so I don't want to change it now because otherwise we have an impact like everywhere. But you see that the first thing that it does, it transforms it into an f string. So I mean, it's really, he has to become an f string anyway. But I don't know in how many places in the code it's called, so let's leave it like this. And we change it later. Okay. So this error is gone. Register callback. What is this thing? Character register callback. This. What was this doing? Get actor register callback. So it was on gem object. Yeah, on gem object. Register callback, I delete object callback, receivers push receiver. So it's passing in the receiver. Then how we are using this? How we are using this callback? Any idea? Unregister callback, unregister callback, delete object callback. What's this thing doing? Doesn't tell us. Handle hand exchange manager delete exchange. I think it is probably done to ensure that if one guy is canceling the trade on one side, I mean, if canceling the trade, the other guy is getting freed. Like the connection, like the transaction get cancelled both sides. It looks like it's something like this. It looks like it's something like this. Delete object callback. Actor in exchange is being deleted, so the exchange is ending. You see? Do we need this? Is the question. Do we need this? I have no idea if we need this. I think we can, for now, comment it out, but put a u fix me. Check if trade exchange gets properly removed if one of the clients disconnects. So I think no, I think it doesn't get properly removed, and so this is exactly what this piece of code was doing. So I was ensuring that if an object gets destroyed, then the other one gets destroyed as well. Otherwise, you will stay in an infinite trading window or trading state, right? So I can trade with you, disconnect, and then I lock you forever unless you disconnect as well. You will not be able to trade with anyone else, right? So I think that's a bit of the reasoning behind this piece of code. I just don't want to port it now. So let's leave it without the callback. Guess what? We have another exchange message. No, I had no doubts about it. There is the message that says end, so it finishes the trade. Right? Is the one that says we traded. That's fine. Okay, this was an easy one. Now, cash manager, register callback. Oops. This one we do the same. I lost the part where I added that comment. I have to take it back. Come on, what is it? There it is. Okay, so nearly half of the class is without errors now. So there is a chance to compile this class. Okay, this one is the one that I think we have to fix it now, but it's basically the one that is searching for. So clients find player get name. Clients find player. So where is this player coming from? This player is client get unique ID of player. I mean, I don't understand exactly why we have this, but probably because I can exchange by name. Let me check this player. Where do I set this player? APS character player, PS exchange player. Okay, but then means that my player is an APS character. It's not an ID. Right? Player to NPC, but this is player to NPC. I think it's a bit different. Here we are still in player to NPC. PS exchange, here it is. These players starter get unique ID. I mean, why we set the unique ID and then we search the player again by ID to find the actual player? Why you don't just use the player? Probably because we need to move this through the network. Because I was expecting maybe this to be just, starter equal player, no? And this player is not an ID, but is the actual object. So why we are not doing this? A bit confused. Actually, we have it here. Starter client. Starter client is, so we register both. We register starter client and we register player. Actually, we should have called it player ID. I mean, it's so confusing that it's called player. But anyway, it's so confusing. It's very confusing. It's called player. But it is an ID, right? And then here I'm inside PS Exchange. here, which I'm not inside PS Exchange anymore, but inside player-to-player exchange. I'm searching between all the clients that I have connected at that particular time. I'm searching the player I want to exchange with by ID. And then I get his name. I'm a bit confused of what this code does. Unfortunately, there are no comments. So, but if starter accepted and target accepted, both exchanged. Okay, this exchange has been accepted by both clients. So this means that both clients have accepted. Now, why I need to do this? Why I need to find again the player by ID, and why I cannot just use my pointer to APS character. This is what is confusing me a bit. Handle accept. So player to player exchange, handle accept. By the way, this player to player exchange, what is it? It's just it's a child of PS exchange. Okay. But it's really not clear to me why we are storing the ID and then searching again for the player. Maybe because it could have been disconnected and reconnected, and so you're searching by ID. But I think anyway the ID would be different. So I don't know. Maybe we were doing something like this. That if the player disconnects and reconnects, you can search it again. But I don't think so, because if the player disconnects, we are terminating the trade. So. There is a mystery. There is a freaking mystery. If player is different than 0, if target is different than 0, we must set the exchange ID to 0 so that the items will now save. Target client set exchange ID 0, target client set exchange ID 0. PS exchange logging. I don't know what it's doing here. It's doing crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. Get exchanged items, item offered. Send system base info. And then it's sending to both the message it is RMS. What is RMS? No idea. Remote message. Output item target client gave start client. Output items target client gave start client. I don't understand this comment. Why is saying that the trade is cancelled? If here it gets out as a positive result, if get exchange items, I mean this one is returning false if it works. Seems strange. returns false if count greater than 0. Add the money count. Look through all item offered. Very little comments on this piece of code. Very little comments. It's a bit annoying to read. It's very annoying to read. It's very annoying to read. I just don't understand why we need to find again the client by ID. And we cannot just use our pointers to the actor. Because I think we have the pointers to the actors. We have target client, information about the player that has been asked to exchange by another player. So our target client, we have it. And we have our starter client, the PS exchange, right? Or not? Starter client, yes. We have our starter client in the PS exchange. So the starter client is on the base class. The target is on the player-to-player exchange, right? And it's called yes, target client. This one, target char and target client. So what's the point? I mean, why we cannot use target client? Target client is null or what? I mean, why we should do this? Why we should find again the client when we have, I don't know, I will put a you fix me and we will test it, okay? Because why it searches again the character by ID. I don't know why. I don't know why it's doing this. Instead of doing player name equal to so I think I can just do this, maybe it's better. Let me just do this. Let's keep the line exactly as it was, and then just put this, and then we say target client get name. I don't remember if it's get name, get full name, get char name, get whatever name. Yeah, there is get full name. Returns the fully qualified path name of this object. Okay, the reason is that get full name is in a real engine class. Returns the name of this object with no path information. Okay. Is get character name? Yeah, it's get character name, full name. Okay, get char name. Get char name. What do we want? The full name or only the name? Only the name, I guess. So I mean, we already have the target client. Doesn't like it because he wants to have the const char pointer. No. Just put everything. All these two should be f strings. Okay. So we bought f strings. I don't understand why we are doing this. I have no idea. And by the way, it's not target client, but it's player client or starter client, whatever is the name. Starter client, okay. I think we can do the same here. I don't know, maybe because, I don't know. Maybe because before we were going by clients and not by actor, and so the actor didn't have, I don't know, the actor, the client didn't have the pointer to the actor or something like this. I don't know why we did it this way. There is for sure a reason, huh? There is for sure a reason. There is for sure a reason why they did it this way, but I don't understand why. Why I have to search again from the ID to the actor if I already have the actor. I don't get it. Maybe the actor is not valid for whatever reason, but why? Probably because I'm thinking now. Probably because the message is coming from the client, so the only thing that we can exchange is a number, right? In the old PlaneShift code, network code, we couldn't really replicate the object, so we were just sending out the number of the client, and then we were searching server side for the actor. While here we are just sending the actor itself. I mean, we can identify the actor itself. I don't know. We will see. For now, let's just have it compile and then we'll see. Send system info base. What is this thing? We have so many messages. There are so many different ways to send messages server to clients. Like this one is one that we never implemented. Send system base info. What is the difference between this one and send system info, send system results, send system OK, send system error? You see all these things? They are all the same. So why we don't just freaking use one and pass a string or something and a type? Why we need 5 of them? Convenience command to send a client an error PSS system message. Okay. Similar to set system info, but the message is shown also in the main tab. Okay. Because it's a message that is not only private to the person, but is going to everyone. Okay. 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 Who cares? We will put it in. We put it in. So we go in PS server. We have a PS server for sure. There it is. And we have all this send system info, send system base, and we, for now, all empty. Right? All these things, we keep them empty. So all the send system info error now should be gone away, but they obviously don't do anything at the moment. So let's just wait a second that IntelliSense is telling me if there are more errors or not. There should be all the ones for the XML. You still have to parse. I think there was a place where it was parsing XML. It's exactly here. This line will give an error. Still thinking, huh? Okay, XML parsing in Unreal is a bit different than it was in the previous engine. So let's check my so get document iterator get nodes response becomes this thing. So all of this becomes this. Now Attitude node, top node. Now top node, where is top node coming from? Oh my god, it was so much above. There is so much here. Wait a second. Let's do one by one. Otherwise, we may miss something. Okay, starts here. The error starts actually here. Is there other XML parsing up here or not? Now here there is just this callback system. This callback system, and we can comment it all for now, but we will definitely look at it because I think it's very needed. Otherwise, as I said, you may be in a trade and you cannot trade anymore, right? If you're in a trade with another player. Why doesn't like my target? Really? Still a gem object? Okay. Cannot be a gem object. It has to be an APS character. The target, yes. A player to an PC. This one should go away now. And what's next? This target gem, we'll do it at the end. That's the last one we are fixing. Execute script. I think it doesn't take gem NPC. It takes right? Target is already a gem actor, so I don't think we have an APS character, so I think we should not do that. And starter char, transfer offer. It doesn't have transfer offer. Transfer offer, transfer money. These are two functions that probably we didn't port yet. Let me check. Starter offer. These are on exchanging character. Okay. Why you don't like it? This one should also be APS character. Get target gem. Is get target gem? I don't understand what is it. What is this get target gem? Wait a second. Get target gem. Get target gem? What is the difference of get target gem or get target? Get target gem. I'm setting target anyway, and target is an APS character, so I mean, is correct is like this. I think we called it, I don't know, maybe there was another function called get target and we didn't want to call it the same, and so we said gem for gem object or gem actor, could be. Client get quest manager. This one I don't know exactly what it needs. Show menu. I think a lot of those will require to be changed. Starter client register callback. Let me just go back to register callback and we just take this and then we comment those two out. Okay, I'm sorry if this session is a bit boring, but we have to convert these three classes, so I understand it's not the best thing to watch. I understand that. This we don't need, this we don't need. Okay, and here we are doing the parsing. Quest manager, client quest manager, get character quest manager, set assign quest last response. This one is taking set assign quest is taking a gem object while we have an APS character. Are we using this anywhere else? I'm surprised. We are not using it anywhere in any other places with all the changes we did to the code. Like yes, like PSNPC dialog, exactly. PSNPC dialog. Okay. Need to pass in the target NPC. Okay, this is a problem because where are we here? Respond. And this thing is working actually, so wait a second. Respond PS target character me. Looks like this piece of code I ported it long time ago, very long time ago. And there are still some things that I was unsure about. Because this part of the code we actually tested. And it was working okay. Anyway, I think we can change it. I think we can change it. We can move it to APS character as well and see what happens. And see what happens. We just need to do the same change here. APS character. Just need to see if this NPC now is getting crazy because it's not anymore a gem object. Actually, I'm not using it anywhere. No, it's impossible. That assign you get in, I can assign status, assign status button quest. No, it's setting this to the yes get it. So this one maybe will give an error now. Let's see. As soon as IntelliSense is waking up. Hello, whoever joined, welcome. You're a bit in a late night stream, at least for me, but welcome to the stream. For now, we're still going on. Immediately left. Okay. Whoever joined immediately left. Come on, IntelliSense, you can do it. I just need to know if this getPid is fine or is not fine. Can you compile this class? Thank you. You like it? Okay, you like it. Fine. Okay, so we changed that and it's fine. So if we go back to our Exchange Manager, now target should finally work properly. Okay, so this piece should not give an error anymore. Then let's see what we have left. We have left only the XML parsing, I think. And there's still an error here. Client is an APS character. Okay. Then why you don't like this? Painting trade invite. Check. Inviter, invitee, and question. Question is a char. Okay, so this is probably an F string. Huh? Okay. Fine. So also that error is gone. These errors are gone. Okay, we only have the XML parsing left. So this parse string, do I have any parse string here? No. Parse string, what is this? Is inside no, for sure it's not this one. Where is this parse string coming from? Just a second, because here there is a parse string is on parse string is on PS XML parser. Oh my god, it is something that we developed. It is something that we developed specifically. Parsing XML string that returns the parsed document. Okay. It's just opening up the parsing. Okay, that's fine. It's just opening up the document basically and returning the pointer to the document. The difference is that it's taking a string instead of a file, right? That's the only difference. Okay. Okay. I think we already parsed strings. You see here, if it's parsing a string and not a file, script is an F string. So yeah, so we can construct from buffer, right? So this is what we can do. Okay. So instead of doing this, we do this, and the result is our root node already. Now, if you cannot parse it, I don't know exactly what happens, but I think we don't care at this point. So we are already here with our root node. Okay, we are already there with the root node. So if not root, we can give this error. Okay, and we get node. Finding a specific child node, root get node family name. We have to do something like this. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately the XML parsing is completely different. So it's not just porting it, you know. It's just redoing it. Okay. So we find our top node. Now that we have our top node, what do we do? Could not find event tag in progression script. I think it is a wrong message, by the way, because we are searching L. We are not searching event. I think it's a bad print. No? I think it's just a bad copy paste in the old code. Yes, I think it's a bad Could not find event tag in progression script. I think it's a bad, yeah, bad copy paste in the old code. But anyway, it's fine. So at this point we have our root node, our top node. First check if the search has to be only for a quest or not. Quest node. So it's searching a quest node inside. Why is searching a quest node? We are and out of it. I don't know. Maybe it's the NPC giving us an item. Yeah, it's probably the NPC giving us an item inside a quest. That's where we are, I guess. Is searching a node inside our top node. So I think we are doing the same as this, with the difference that now we have quest ID and we have top node instead of root, and the result must be quest node, right? Am I doing it right? Because I'm starting to get confused. Root top node quest node. Yes, correct. Root top node quest node. Okay. Root top node quest node. Okay. I think it's fine. Now, when we are here, there is no is valid is quest node. Then get attribute value as an int. I think I have the translation already because I did it a million times. Get attribute value as an int is this thing. Quest node get attribute. So is quest node get attribute of this. And then we close the parentheses here, and I think we are good. Okay, so we are getting the ID inside that XML. We are getting the quest ID. Okay. Okay, I think this piece is okay. This piece of code is fine. Hello, whoever joined the stream, welcome. Quest ID. Okay, so this piece should be fine. Now here we do something else. We are searching another node inside top node. So the same way we did here, we do down there. Right? The difference is that we search for item, and in this case we actually iterate though. No, wait, it is completely different. There is a get nodes. Get nodes is the cycle, is a loop. So the get nodes is this thing. Is this thing. So I just need to take top node is the one that we are iterating on. I get all the children nodes. Then I get my responses. In this case is not responses, is whatever, is items. I can call it items, I guess. Items. I can check the items nodes, and for each items I search an item node, and I search if it's on this item node. Get tag is actually an item. Okay, and then I cycle. Yes, I cycle inside of this. I cycle inside of this. Wow. Will not be very easy to not to do a mistake in the translation here, but let's try. So if we are inside of this thing, okay, so if we find a node which called item, then what is this thing doing? Is iterating next node, item Wait a second, I have to check the old code because I'm starting to get lost now. So what he was doing, he was iterating, okay, and then in the iteration, next was getting node. So node is actually the item we are iterating. Okay, the current element. Okay, node is the current element. So for us, I think is item node, right? Call it node here. I mean, I can call it node. It's not a problem. Let's call it node. But why it was doing get tag? No, it was me doing it. Okay, okay. Let's call it node. So we keep the rest of the code the same. We can delete this. Get attribute value. Now I think it's called get attribute. Yes, get attribute value is just get attribute, right? It's just get attribute. So we can just rename it. Get attribute value as int is a bit different. Is this thing? Is this thing, and then get attributes. Wow, converting this piece is tough, huh? It's tough. Okay, so if you want to ask me any question, you can. If you want to, I would appreciate if you keep it a bit interactive, by the way, so that while I'm doing this kind of stuff, we can also chat and yeah, discuss a bit about things. Even if I'm very focused on this piece, but okay, so we get these attributes. So we get the item name, we get the item count, which are the two things that we are exchanging through this transaction, right? And then there are only these few arrows left. There is a string compare. I think string compare we string case compare and string compare. I added those two definitions so we can stay as it is. Did I? Okay, so there should be a definition string compare somewhere, but it doesn't like it. Because this one is an f string. Okay, I think I had a string compare f actually. She's comparing. No, it's not. Let me just check the definition of this thing. So string compare is using fc string compare where it is translating the first item the second item. No, I can just do this, right? I can just do this. Why I have to get crazy? No? No, I just have to do this and this. Should be fine. Yes. Okay, good. Because these are all f strings already, so I can just use the f string compare function. Okay. Okay. Get attributes. Top node get attribute. Top node is an XML node. Yes, we do get attribute. Why you don't like it? Because PS money is getting no instance of contracts of PS money message string. Okay, because PS money is probably getting a character point, a char pointer, right? Yeah, I think we can change it to. I think we can change it. No. Let's use f strings everywhere, also here and here and here. I mean, it's why we need to do this. Why we need to do this? Let's just use f strings everywhere. The only problem is that plus PS money. Let's see. I don't know if he has an impact, but money string. PS money. Let me just go check PS money because now PS money probably is broken because I did those changes Under bulk object, yes, PS money. What is it? PS money. It's not here. PS money. Why PS money is not here? What is PS money defined? Come on. Is in PS money.cpp. Yeah, exactly. But where is PS money CPP? It's under RPG rules. Okay, I don't know why. Okay, this should be moved to bulk objects, I think. But okay, it's fine. So let's see if my change to f string is breaking something. It could be. I changed the set and I changed the constructor. So I changed the set and I changed the constructor. Okay, well, he's using an scanf, which I don't know if he has a translation in f string. Do we have an scanf for Unreal Engine? Let's try fc string scanf Unreal. Let's see if there is one. Maybe there is. scanf. No, it seems there is not. scanf, I need it, huh? I need it. It seems to say that he's finding it here, but why saying he's finding it and he's not finding it? Scanf. No, I think there is not. There is not. So, or we convert this to char pointer, or we leave the char pointer to PS money. And because I don't want to do this conversion of scanf now, because it's too brain consuming. Unless there is a, so let's do the opposite. Let's leave it as a const char pointer, and let's change our exchange manager to pass in. What is it? It was complaining here. Okay, let's convert tchar to ANSI, and that's it. Okay, because it's easier. Otherwise, I have to do too much stuff in that. I mean, it's okay. I think that this is the last error. Do you have any sort of time scale for the conversion? Or do this as it's a good question, but let's say that the first thing I want to be able to do is to have at least the quests and the ability to drop item and have the inventory working. So I think that when we have the quest and the inventory working, you can call it a game, right? Because it means that you will be able to go from NPC to NPC, get items, exchange items, and complete quests. You will not be able to kill monsters yet, but at least you will be able to do something. So I think that that's the first result I want to get, and I think that result is fairly within reach. So I mean, it's a few weeks away, or Depending how much I can work on this, but it's not far away. It's not far away. Now, if you ask me, I don't know if it time scale. I mean, time scale. You mean roadmap or you mean timing? I mean, like deadlines, like when you do it. I mean, it's just what you do or when you do. Because I was answering more on the when. Okay, this thing seems to compile though. Huh? This thing seems to compile. Now, this Exchange Manager actually seems to be fine. Now we have to do Slot Manager and the other one. Let's just do an F7 and see what happens. Both. Well, yeah, in terms of timing, I think that having quest and exchange of items working is, as I said, fairly within reach. Um, the most complex piece will be combat and NPC artificial intelligence, because we actually have a lot already done in the old PS in terms of artificial intelligence, but I think that unfortunately most of it will have to be changed. Also because Unreal is giving us so many new capabilities, so that piece will not really be a conversion, will be like I don't know, like rewriting some of that. So that piece I think is not within reach in a few weeks. I mean that one I think is a few months. But that will be the hardest part if you want to have. Also because combat we may decide to do it really different. We may decide to do it more interactive. I don't know. We will find out, but I think we potentially we may do it differently. Potentially. Spells, spells should be fairly easy because spells are already working. I mean, the progression scripts and math scripts that are on the background are already loaded up by the Unreal Engine server right now. So if I ask him to calculate the damage of a specific spell, he's already able to do it. Right? Using the old code is already ported. So I think spells are relatively easy. The only thing that we need is the target. But yeah, well, that's relatively easy. So if you want to cast spells to a to an NPC and the NPC is just standing still and you cast a spell to him, I think would be easy to do. The problem is combat, meaning that that guy will get upset, try to avoid the whatever, avoid the hits, and then try to chase you. I mean, all of that piece is very very hard. I mean, it's hard because it's different. We have to do it different. Maybe it's super easy with Unreal. I don't know. I didn't study it yet, but. String set is not a member of string util? Really? String utils. I remember we did this. No? String set. String set is inside string set, which is under util string set. Okay. Util string set. So we split it to another class. String set class. string set. Here. Why I said is under string util string set, then it's not correct. So we have that page is not correct then. Okay, let's so if I just say string set, is that fine with you? If I then include I don't have to include util yeah, string set.h. But this page is not correct then. What? I'm confused now. Where did I get the string set? Wasn't CS string array or something like that? No, CS string, no, was a PS string array? No. Was a PS string set? I remember it was PS string set. No? GS string, here it is. CS string set, I said, yes, why if I search string set? Okay. No, that is not correct. CS string set is not string util is just in we should change this. Is inside string set, which should include this. Okay. Yeah, there was a wrong kind of pointer there. I think I will go to bed pretty soon. I'm starting to get tired. It's 2:25 a.m. Our jam is getting crazy though. Why our jam is getting crazy? There are a few functions I didn't implement, but it's okay. Same error here. CS vector we have. Okay. I didn't see that there were still some old. Okay. Should be better now. If you remember, I mean, we started this initiative in 2015, right? But in 2015, I think I worked. I can show you the SVN, and the SVN is speaking clearly. I think I worked on 2015 a bit on this, and then I really stopped for like 1.5 years. If you look at the SVN and we show all, let me see, okay? So we started in wait a second, show all. That is 2017 only here. Why? Because before it was just test on my machine. Okay, probably because at the beginning in 2015 when we announced it, I was just doing test on my own machine, and so it was not in the SVN for whatever reason, right? But then yes, after 2015, I think I just worked a bit, and then at least for 1 year, 1.5 years, I completely stopped. Then, as you see here, there is some work by me and Ravna in January 2017. like January, 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 January. Look at March, January. Then February, 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 February. Then March is nothing. We have April, and we have a bit of May, but very, very little. Bit of May, a bit of August. But here we were not really working much. So this is just like one check-in every whatever, every month or so. September completely skipped. October just 2 commits. November just 2 or 3 commits. And then I restarted in January. January restarted pretty strong. January 18. So this is where I really restarted. I'd say 17 we did a bit, but not much. 18 I started to do a lot, really a lot. I mean, all January, all February, all March. You know, like there are commits like every day or every few days. No, every day not, but let's say every few days. So I mean, if you continue to work on this as I'm working in the last few months, I think we will have results pretty soon. I missed some parentheses or something because it seems that it's not liking. Oh, I'm missing just this. Okay. So let's say I worked, yes, like overall maybe 2 or 3 months. 3 months. Then I did Crystal Hunt. Crystal Hunt took me a bit. Took me like 1 month to do, or maybe less, but I'd say 2 or 3 weeks. With Crystal Hunt, there I did all the tests on compilation on Mac, and test on compilation on Mac also took a bit, right? I'll exchange item message, message entry, NetBase access pointer. This one I think we don't need anymore, right? I think this one we don't need anymore. Let me just check if we are using this constructor at all, because if we are not using this constructor, I think we can just remove it. No, we're always using the full one, so okay. So this constructor we can remove. I don't care about this one. Yes, I'm the main person. There has been Ravna helping for some time, and he has been very, very helpful, but he's not working on it at the moment. We had another guy called Online Cop, which was helping me for a few weeks, but I would say at the moment I did the majority of this. I did like yeah, the majority. Code wise, I think I did nearly all of it, like 99%. If you look at the rest, message types. What is this message types? I think this one is under messages, right? I think this one is the one that we. It is the one that I moved from Gem to messages, essentially. Let me just check. I think that is the one. No? Why is not finding this? Okay. Uint message types. These message types is this one. Ah, okay. Because this one is the one that I converted to another thing. Right? There is the one with NPC list, or not? No. This one, I think I moved to messages. I'm pretty sure I moved it to messages. Messages.h, okay? No? Okay. Let's do current project and we will find where it is. We don't have? Okay, we don't have. We never moved this. I'm so surprised. I'm so surprised. For sure we moved this. We didn't? Let me check if we are using this or not, because again, if we are not using it, I will skip it. Okay, we are not using it. We are using it only in one place, and it's like this. So we put the message in it, so it's fine. You can compile it like this. But yes, at the moment I'm still the main person working on it. There is Cyborg helping me quite a bit lately. He's helping with art, a bit of graphics, the UI. He did a lot on the UI. He did the most part of the UI in game. So there is a very good help, because so I can focus on the code. He can focus on the UI, so that's good. But yes, there is people helping. There is some guys helping. I really hope we can get more as soon as say the core is in, like giving items, exchanging items, quests, combat. I mean, when the basics are there, I think it will be very fun, you know, for everyone to join and expand. That I think would be very fun. Very fun. Okay, no standard extension used, class R value used, and R value. I knew I may incur into this thing. Because it is returning a static class. You don't like me, huh? You don't like me. What if I do something like f string of this? Do you like it more? I know it looks a bit weird, but because the printf is returning no, it doesn't like it anyway. It doesn't like it anyway. Sorry, how was it in the old code? Because I think I'm missing something. How was it in the old code? How was that? Yes, exactly, exchange check. So this one we're using a CS string, which is basically the same as an F string. I mean, it's not the same, but it's logically the same. And the only difference is they was using directly a char pointer, because probably in the F string there is the the equal operator is probably redefined or something like that. And then there was this one format. I mean, I can change it. I can put it as this and pass the, but I don't know if I have to pass it in and out. I don't remember. I don't know if I have to pass it in and out this thing. Let's change that. If I do something like this, does it allow me to put it as null? Or I have to put a number like 0, I don't know. Because that's a pointer, right? That's the address. I mean, that's the address of the. Yeah, it doesn't like null. Initial value reference to a non-constant BNL value. Yeah. I don't know when I'm using it without a parameter, but how do I initialize a reference? How do I initialize a reference to null? An address to null. I mean, should I place 0? I mean, it sounds a bit weird, but I think it doesn't like it. I think it doesn't like it. Or anyway, it's not working. That's it. Initial value of reference to non-const must be an L value. Okay. I don't know why it was assigning it to. Why it was assigning it to null. So he wanted the parameter that we return to be null. That's very weird to me. I mean, you are passing in 2 parameters, right? And you are getting one back. And this one back, it was assigning it equal to null, like if it's an optional parameter. But I mean, if you are getting it back, why optional? I mean, like the function may not return it, and as a default is. So now he complains about this because he wants the, well, is it the address of this, right? Doesn't like this. Should I have string pointer and this? Do you think it's any better? tchart1c doesn't like me anymore. I mean, a reference of type string and cannot be initialized by a value of type string pointer. Right. So that is why I was having it as an f string. But then if I put it as an f string, you complain because a value and cannot be initialized to a value whatever, right? And this way it seems he likes it, but why was giving an error then? Okay, so now, being the fact that is can I error message it like this? I'm a bit confused of what will happen now, but let's say that we will test it and see in debug mode what the hell happens if we are returning it properly or not, if we are checking it properly or not. It looks like it is, but let's see. Okay, this seems like so. PS server get char manager send inventory. Send inventory doesn't exist. Okay. Do we have a char manager? Do we have a character manager anyway? Let me check. What was this thing? This thing was pointing to a server char manager. To a server char manager. Do we have a server char manager? I think it's the one that we were converting 1 second ago. This one. Server char manager, exactly. So we have it. We have it if it compiles. And do we start the server char manager at the startup? Yes, we do it. So we start the server char manager at the startup. So do we do it in our Unreal code? Do we do it in our Unreal code? No, we don't do it. Okay. Fine. We can do it. We can do it. So server char manager is actually initializing a char manager and is doing new whatever cache manager, entity manager. Why we are passing in all this shit? No idea why we are passing in all that shit, but let's say that for now it's okay. Char manage initialize, and then we do something like this. Okay. Entity manager is uppercase M. In char manager we didn't define yet, so but we can define right now. We can do extern server char manager pointer to char manager, and then we define it in what is the class? PS server char. Okay. So in PS server char we will define this thing, and we have to include server slash ps server char.h. Okay. So now in our ps server char.cpp is here. We go here and we declare a new char manager, right? New char manager. Okay, so having done this, now going back to where we were getting the error, which was here, we can substitute any PS server get char manager with our char manager, right? And this one should have the same inventory, which is the one that we were searching for. See you, Soap. I understand it's pretty late. I will go as well. I think. I just wanted to see this thing compile, but I think it's not. I mean, we are not very close. We are close, but still maybe 1 hour or so. So sì, abbiamo parlato. Yeah. Okay, sorry, I was reading some funny comments on Facebook. Okay, so where are we? Yes, we have to remove now PS Server Char Manager from. I think we have it defined in gem.h, and we can finally remove it because now I think we will find it in gem.h. I think. Yes, it is. So we can remove it from here, so it's not double defined anymore. In theory, gem.h should become empty in the future. Is our parking lot, is where we have all our classes, that we didn't port yet, but we need to compile. So all of this, combat manager, admin manager, all this stuff is just dummy for now, right? Just just stuff that doesn't exist. We probably don't need anymore. And we, or well, most of it we need, but we need to move it to properly to the real classes when we do the porting. Okay, we still have a lot of errors. Okay, we are getting now into, so Exchange Manager I think is working. Now let's see what we get. We get a lot of errors in Slot Manager. We still get one in exchanging character. Yeah, just because this f string is so let's just get it char21c of this, and this will not be an error anymore, I think. Okay, we have a few here. A lot on slot manager and a lot in PS server char, like a million. But at least we did. Wait a second. Here we should do. We should do exactly this. I think we should do this. Yes, but at least the exchange manager is working. Now we still have a lot of work to do on slot and PS server. I think the next one will be slot manager, but I'm starting to get tired. It's nearly 3 a.m. So I think I will go to bed and I will see you tomorrow. I will schedule another stream in the afternoon. I still need to think when, but I think about 4 o'clock in the afternoon is a good time for me because it allows me to do some stuff before, and then around 4 p.m. We can 4 p.m. Central European time we can stream again. Okay. Okay. I think with that I will close the stream. I will leave you with a bit of Planeshift music and a nice picture as usual. And I will see you tomorrow.